Hey guys, this is Rocket Man Dan. Welcome to episode 6 of Let's Play Kerbal Space Program. Last episode we went to the Mun and Minmus and we earned quite a bit of science, so let's get that spent. Right here in the research lab, I've had my eye on a few things for a while now. I'd like these heavy rocketry. We get the Poodle, the Wolfhound and the Skipper, and an SRB that we probably won't be using. I'd like to get this. It's got that little spark engine just there, so we'll be taking that. We'll be taking this to get some fairings as well, this advanced construction. We won't be getting any plane parts just yet, we don't need those. We'll be getting the better landing legs though, that's quite useful. We also want this as well. We've got some RCS thrusters and monopropellant tanks. Oh, and a 2-man command pod, the Gemini command pod it looks like. Oh, and a 3-man Soyuz capsule. And let's see what else we've got. We'll get this as well for the small docking port, just like that. We'll get the better solar panels and batteries and such. We won't be getting that. Let's see. Yes, we'll want this with the double C seismic accelerometer. More science, so yay. Let's see what else there is that we could do with. Do we need that? No, I don't think we do. We'll get this for the bigger fuel tanks. What else shall we get? Oh, we'll get this for the mainsail and the twin bore and such, and some little side mounted engines there. The RV1 Cub Werner engine. Well, it hasn't left us with much science, so we'll back out of there. And I'd also like to upgrade the launch pad so we can have a bigger vessel and a bigger, well, unlimited vessel size and unlimited weight. And I'd also like to upgrade the VAB to its full potential so we can have custom action groups. Let's see what that does for us. Doesn't leave us with much cash, unfortunately. 83,361. Let's see if we can just accept a mission just so we can get a bit of money. What's this? Expires in 3 days. Rewards advance 92,000. That's not too bad. Has that got a time limit on it though? I think it's pretty much take as long as you want to do that. So we'll take that and complete that at a later date, I believe. Accepted year 1. Doesn't give a expiration date, so that's great. So we return to Space Centre. Let's pop into the VAB. I'll tell you what I've got planned. Okay, so as you noticed, we didn't accept many missions, just the one, and that was only just to get some money. What I'd like to do is I'd like to go to Duna, and we all know I can build a craft that goes to Duna and back, but this time I want to do something a little bit different. I want to build a craft that can go to Duna, go to Ike, and also put a satellite in orbit of Duna, probably a polar orbit. Now, I haven't got much experience doing a craft like this, but I'm going to give it my best try. And I do believe this is a command pod I'd like to use. So I'm just going to go for the trusty experiment storage unit on top of it there. And I also want to put a docking port on it because I'm going to leave a module in space to dock with. To bring me back home, because I think that's the best way to do it really. Definitely want a heat shield on this, so because we'll be coming back from Duna, we could be travelling quite fast. About 80 ablator should do, and get a oh, that's not coupling, no, it's coupling. Get a TD12 decoupler on there. And now I'm going to go for the 1.875 meter parts. Which we haven't used yet on this playthrough, I don't believe, but I kind of like the look of them, and I've got a little bit of an idea of what to do with one. So if I put that on there like that, I reckon that's kind of a cool lander. but it will be anyway once it's got these better landing legs on it. There we go. Just put it on there like that and make them quite high, but also want to turn up the dampener strength all the way up, and probably like say about there for the spring strength, and we can start those retracted. If there we go, start retracted. Okay, so what else does this need? We will need some parachutes, which I should have put on first. Going to be putting 4 parachutes on, just like that. There we go. Going to turn the spread angle up to 10 and the altitude all the way up to 5,000, because obviously on Duna things go a little bit differently. You want to be slowing down a lot quicker than you do on Kerbal. There as well, you something about there-ish, shall we say. Let's see where that light shines. Well, that's actually not quite bad like that. What happens if we go in? Not much changes, I don't think, so we'll just leave it like that. What else do we need? Some science, I'm betting. Want some this new seismic one. Oh, actually, before I do that, I should probably put some of these on for when I'm coming back home. Let's sort this staging out just a little bit, and then we can sort those parachutes out afterwards once we've got a lot of the other staging done. Right, oh, that's not 2 parachutes at all. That could have been unfortunate. So we'll put that just there like that, and the staging's messed up again, as it would do. So we'll move those down there. There we go. Okay, let's get some science on this bad boy, because we all like a bit of science. We'll put that one there. See, we're going to try and bring them back with us. No sense in letting these experiments go to waste. We will be letting some experiments go to waste. But that's just the nature of things, I suppose. Oh, what I should have done, actually, I like to just custom action group 3. If I can actually find a piece on it. I should have done this before, put the parachutes on. I want that to collect all when I say 3. And when I say 2, I want it to do all my science experiments. As before, I usually attach these to the brakes. Once I've got custom action groups available, I always like to put my science things on number 2, and usually solar on number 3. No, on number 1. What am I saying? Number 3. We'll put 1 solar panel on this, just there-ish. Yeah. Let's bind that to action group 1 whilst we're here, and we don't forget about it then. I think we'll need a couple of batteries, because with all these lights on, it's bound to go a bit pear-shaped. We also want some engines, don't we? And I want to use these. Not a bad little engine, these radial engines. Got quite a bit of thrust, I believe. Quite a bit indeed. Something like 40 kilonewtons a piece, I believe. Yeah, 40 in vacuum. But they've got a very high gimbal. So I'm going to turn that way down. Somewhere about there-ish. Because otherwise they just chuck you all over the place. What else could we have on the top piece? We don't really need an aerial. I'm not going to be attaching a Science Junior to this. It'd be a bit too unseemly just having it dangling off the top there somewhere. Oh, RCS thrusters, that's right. Let's put some of these on, because we'll need to dock. I'd say that's about the centre of mass. Well, we can't actually have it on the centre of mass, but we'll burn some fuel, and that'll actually make it go higher, I would imagine. Yeah. So, is there anything we can do to get around that? Nope, that'll have to do. Oh well. I can't think of anything else. Oh, monoprop tanks. We've only got 10 monopropellant in the lander, so these could come in quite handy. We'll just whack a couple of those on now. Don't need too many of those. Yeah, just a couple will do nicely. Let's get a decoupler on there. Oh, now before we attach the decoupler, what do we want to do? Yes, we want to build our satellite. So I'm going to start with the engine, which is here. Great, this little spark engine. It's a great little engine, this. So we're going to put that there like that. And we're going to give it a couple of little fuel tanks. These Oscar B fuel tanks. Probably way too much Delta V. But too much is better than not enough, I suppose. What else will we need on this? We will need a inline reaction wheel. A battery. Yeah, a battery. What else? Command pod, obviously. We've only got one though. One that's useful anyway. And that is the Probodobodine Octo, which only has stability assist. But that can't be helped. It'll also need a way of contacting Kerbal. And I'm not sure if this will work. I'm not sure if the tracking station's upgraded enough, but it'll have to do no matter what. It'll need a couple of solar panels. I mean, one would do it, but two will make things a little bit easier. Makes things balance out a little better. Now, can we think of anything else? We've got an engine, fuel tanks, a reaction wheel, battery, pod, communotron. That seems about all we need, I think, for that. Right, so from down here then, we'll need a decoupler, and we need the, is it T18 decoupler? Just there like that. And now we're going to put a fairing on, because they're quite useful, but we're going to turn it on. Hang on, where is it? We're going to turn on interstage nodes. And if you can't find them, maybe you need to turn on advanced tweakables. I'm not 100% sure. We'll put that there like that. And now we can put this full craft, this full satellite right down here. It's easier to... it goes through there a little bit, but you know what, I'm fine with that. Let's replace this just there and build a little fairing to go around it. Yeah, that's fine, just like that. And try and get it to close on here somewhere. This may take a while. I'm not 100% sure. Perfect. Just like that. And that's our satellite built, should I say. And we can separate that afterwards. Okay, and now you know I said I didn't want a Science Junior protruding from the top. That's only for the launch section of this, I don't want that. So I've got a little idea of what to do with them. So I'm going to go into coupling and get a little docking port just like that. I'll put that there, and I'm also going to put a Science Junior on that, like that. A couple of goo pods just there, and well, let's go for three goo pods each. There we go, just like that. And we're going to copy that twice. No, just once. Yeah, we don't need to do it twice really. It's a bit too much. And what else do we need now? We'll need another docking port. So I'll just copy all of that and then get rid of that, just like that. And we'll need another pod. We'll need this Probodobodine Octo. That's great, just like that. What else do we need? I'm totally lost now. I'm supposing we'll need to up our game and make things a little bit bigger. We'll get this adapter. Oh, did that go on? There we go. Get that adapter on there. Command and control advanced stabilizer, because we'll need a bit of control on this. What else shall we need? Let's go for a fuel tank. We'll make it that much bigger, I believe. Then get one of, no, not one of those. What do we need? One of these. Fuel adapter. And one of these. Yeah, that looks kind of like about enough. Oh, I know what we needed. Let's actually, where shall I put it? Let's see about there. Let's put a fairing on. Oh, I know what we need to do first though. We need to add some struts. Some actual physical struts just to make this a little bit more stable. So we're going to go up here and about there, perfect. Get 4 of those. Will it attach to anywhere here? Yes, all those are attached. That's great. Perfect, just like that. Okay, so we're going to add that fuel tank again. Oh no, we're not. Let's remove the fuel tank and add a fairing. So go into payload again and get the 1.875. Is that the right size? No, I don't want it there then. I want that on like that, then take this fuel tank off and put it there like that. So we can go up and around. Hang on, let's just close fairing. Beautiful. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. A little bit all over the place, but who really cares? Let's put both of those fairings to deploy together, shall we? We'll probably have to do some manual staging in this. This needs an engine, and I'm going to go for the Wolfhound because it's very efficient. Quite decent thrust as well. It'll be quite a big ship. Let's actually get a couple more goo pods on there as well, because we'll probably need some in space. So let's put those just there, just tucked out of the way. What else do we need? Decoupler. Where's that coupling? Which size is it now? Is it that size? Yeah, that's the right size. So we want this and this to all go at once. A couple more fuel tanks. Where are they? There we go. One of those. Let's see what 2 of those does. But first, let's actually finish creating this section here. Let's give it a couple of aerials, I suppose, because we want this to try and connect to the KSC and such. So I'll put that one there and one here like that. Yeah, that seems fair. What else should we try? I'm thinking, oh, a few lights, that wouldn't go amiss, would it? So the Illuminator Mark II, it's more efficient, it uses less electricity but doesn't give off as much light. Let's see how that shines a light on things. We'll rotate these. About there will do fine. Yes, lights off in fact. We don't want that wasting power. Oh, well, if it's using power it'll need batteries. So get a couple of batteries. Well, that'll do just like that. Got a few batteries there. We've got a docking port on that, so that's great. We'll need a couple of solar panels on it. I'll make them retractable in case I crash into them. Or it looks like I'm going to crash into them. What else could we need on there? We've got aerials. We've got a couple of little goo pods. I'm forever going through these lists trying to figure out what I've got, what I haven't. Trying to figure things out. As you know, it can be quite stressful at times. Trying to think of everything you'll need, and you probably only realise you needed it once you've got there. So to custom action group 1, yeah, we'll have all these toggle antenna, and we'll also toggle the solar panels as well. Yeah, let's have a look at this bottom section now. It's going to be quite a heavy load, so my main booster for this is the mainsail. Great engine. Oh, hang on, let's just take that off. Copy that tank. There we go. We will want some decouplers. Where are they? Those ones will do just fine. Yeah, put those there like that, and then put this tank on there. Yeah, they look about level. I'll just bring them down a bit as well. Hopefully I've got the nose cones for this. I didn't actually think about that. There'll be a workaround if not though. Let's have a look in aerodynamics. Is that it? What colours can we have them? Oh, black, orange. Let's go for black. Yeah, that looks great. And we'll need some engines on those, because if not, we'll never get off the ground. The skipper's not bad. Let's have a look at that, see what our thruster weight will be. Oh, hang on, let me just put some fuel lines on them though, because we can asparagus stage this. So if we just put those there, that's perfect. Just like that. Oh, well, we'll probably want some of these on as well. We'll get 4 of those. Are they level there? Yeah, they're level. Okay, auto strut those side tanks though. Well, actually I'm going to auto strut everything, just to make life a little bit easier. And I always seem to do it to like the heaviest part or something. Can't see a thing with that background. Yeah, auto strut that, and auto strut that. This could get a little tedious, I suppose, but I'm going to carry on with it. That's just the kind of guy I am. Annoying as heck. Am I going too far with this auto strut? Probably. But better safe than sorry, especially when you've got such limited funds as we have. So auto strut, and we'll auto strut that as well. I didn't turn those lights off, so it's a good job I came up here. Lights off, there we go. That kind of looks like everything, I think. Oh, I can't think. What would I need? We've got that. That's got a docking port. Yes. What's our thruster weight? So on liftoff, 1.31. Then 1.20. It's not great, is it? Well, I suppose we can see if it works. We've got batteries. Yeah, we've got that. We've set up our action groups. I think we have anyway. I'm not 100% sure now, I've come to think of it. Who's riding this? Let's have a see. Okay, let's rename this as well. There we go, Duna Ike. We've got Jeb flying, he's at 2 stars now, so that's a lot better. Turn off this thruster weight, hide all. There we go, just like that. I don't think we're forgetting anything, but I could be mistaken. I really hope I'm not. So I don't want to be wrong. That just seems to be missing something, but I can't think what it is. Let's save that craft and get it launched. Wow, okay. That's quite a bit bigger than I was expecting. Let's turn on that Delta V thing to show all and hopefully get launched. It doesn't look very stable, it looks like it'll want to wobble. Let's launch. There we go. A little bit of a slow launch, but could be worse, I suppose. I hope it actually makes it. I'd really like this craft to work. More of a proof of concept than anything else. Can we do something to make it look better at least? I want to start turning when I want to reach about 100 meters a second. And if your thruster weight's good, that'll usually happen by the time you hit about 1,000 meters, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen this time for me. So, once we about now, I'm going to start trying to turn over just to about 10 degrees and hopefully keep it on the 90 marker, just so I can get into an equatorial orbit. because obviously when you're going interplanetary, you want things to be as easy as possible to start off with, and starting off in an equatorial orbit usually makes things like life a lot easier, because you can plan your manoeuvres a lot better and a lot more consistently. Let's turn that thrust down, shall we? Hopefully this is going to make it into orbit even. It's very, you know, it really doesn't want to be controlled. It just wants to go where it wants to go. I'm really struggling to try and keep it on the 90 line. Try and make it equatorial. If I'm going out of prograde, it really wants to flip. You know, it's probably not very aerodynamically sound. Oh, but that seems to be about the sweet spot-ish just there. I'm going to have to full throttle soon. About now. Jettison those side boosters just there. They took me quite far though. You know, they took me to what, about 13,000-ish. But it really doesn't want to go where I want it to. It's not as stable as some other things I've built in the past. It just wants to, if you're going out of prograde, it really just wants to flip over. See if we can zoom in a bit. There we go. Let's try and make things a little bit prettier, because that's really what I'm focused on at the minute, how things look. As you can tell, I'm probably joking, and also trying really hard not to flip this over, because it really wants to flip. I mean, like, really. It's all over the place. I wish I could see my how I'm doing, you know, how my orbit's coming along, what my apoapsis is. Still says I've got 86 seconds left on this stage. So let's, oh yeah, let's start turning over a little bit, facing prograde a little bit more. I want to try and stretch out that orbit. So that's not great. I wish I could see my thruster weight now though. The grass is always greener, I suppose. It really is. Let's just lock to prograde for now. And yeah, that thruster weight's about fine there. Are we locked to prograde? No, now we are. It's locked to prograde. I've still got 73 seconds of this this stage left though, so it's probably going to get us orbital. Got a nice high apoapsis yet, but we're just still trying to stretch it out. But it looks like we've come just off equatorial there. Let's turn that thruster weight down again. That's it. If you're wondering why the engine burn doesn't seem to coincide with how long I've got left, it's because I keep turning that throttle down, obviously. That means it'll take longer. Oh, got an apo above the atmosphere now. About there should be fine. It's going to be a big burn though, right here at apo. Let's make a manoeuvre just there. And try and get it circular, shall we? About there's fine. What's that say? 75. That'll do. Okay, and that's a burn time of 30 seconds. Oh, and we can do it all with this stage. We'll probably actually get rid of it before we actually make it atmospheric. Should we start opening things? No, let's wait till we get into orbit, shall we? We turn the lights on, I suppose. There we go. Maybe it makes things a little bit brighter on your end. Turn stability assist on. I'm just going to try my best to turn over to this manoeuvre. Oh, try and open everything as well, get some solar panels going. Because with all these lights on. Oh, that's changed to a 28-second burn now. So I need to start burning 14 seconds before the manoeuvre. Before the node, sorry. Yeah, the manoeuvre, the node, it's all the same thing really. Just try and lock on that manoeuvre on the nav ball though. Oh, but it's a really heavy ship. Well, it is with this this tank on the back. Once we get rid of that, it should be a little bit more controllable, I think. Okay, come on. Let's bring that round. There we go. I want to start burning in what? A couple of seconds. Great. About now. Perfect. Just try and stay locked to that manoeuvre. And before my manoeuvre is complete, I'm going to jettison this stage and start on the next stage, because then that can crash land into Kerbal, hopefully in the ocean somewhere, not killing anyone. So that would, it might do, yeah. Someone's probably going to die. Oh well, nobody lives anywhere else anyway. Not really. How far should I leave it to go? Maybe to about 70? No, about there. And separate. There we go. It's not got as high a thruster weight, but it's got plenty of delta V. Just trying to stick to that manoeuvre node if I can, but it's not working very well. I'd say about there will do then. That went terribly, didn't it? But we've got 3,700 meters a second, so that's not bad. What's the perry at? We're at the perry. Oh, we've made it slightly less circular. Let's have a see. How are we for a transfer? We are terrible for a transfer. Okay then, well what I'm going to do is I'm going to fast forward this till we're at a better transfer date. Then it'll be the next episode, because this is the end. Thanks very much for watching. If you'd like to like, share, subscribe, maybe leave me a comment, that would be great. See you next time. Bye bye.